Welcome to the weekly report on the crypto market, where every day feels exactly the same.
Wake up, ChatGPT. Give me the top 3 mews of the week.
Okay, 1. Shiro has officially reached $1. 2. A new creative bounty mission has gone live. 3. The community hit a new all-time high in holders this week.
Perfect. Let's start the show.
Still muted? No, here we go. Hey everyone, how's it going? I am back with another Shiro Weekly Mew. I am just sharing this around right now. Just give me a second. I need to retweet it from Shiro so we make sure we're Hero 2 back on the stage. Hero 2. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, apparently when I was sharing it around, it decided to go out on the sound. All right. So welcome to the Shiro Weekly Mew. This is Hiro. I'm back from the Dominican. We did take a week off for some, I wouldn't call it rest and relax time. It was more like injure my body, drink too much, dehydrate myself, and have a good time with family. But we came back, and I feel like I'm just now recovering from vacation. So I need another vacation, but we'll hold off on that for a while. We're excited about what's happening right now, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. So since the hack, when our staking hack happened, we really had a kind of a panic moment, right? Like anyone would feel. You feel this panic, this need to do things really fast, the need to buy back, the need to make things better, and you can't recover from something like that instantly. And I think that we had to come to terms with, and we did. We tried to push the price back, tried to push it back, and we were pressing against everything. We had everything going against us with that push. I think we did $70,000 in buybacks on the chart, and most of it we burned. I think we burned almost all of it. And really, it just had this downward pressure that just kept coming. And so the team decided as a team that, we have plans, we have all these things that we want to do, that we want to build. And it made sense to really kind of give the chart a breather, right? And what I mean by that is, since December, when the team really kind of took over and really started working on the restoration of Shiro, we've been grinding. We've been grinding hard. We've been working hard. The community's been working hard. We've been building. We've been delivering things, and we just constantly had this pressure against us, and no matter what we did, no matter how much we bought, no matter how many new people we brought in, that it was there. And this last few weeks was really letting the chart settle. And it's hard to do, right? Like it's not an easy thing to do. You guys might see my dog in the background. He's whining at the door, and my wife is going to come grab him very soon, I think. So that was my wife's hint. Somebody call Asher. Yeah, so I mean, really, it got to a point where we decided that it makes sense sometimes for a cat to be stealthy, for a cat to build in silence, to work in silence, for a team to still do things, right? Our community's still blossoming, they're still building, we're still rating really hard, and we're still growing. We still have a huge growth on our socials, and we have the ability to really still grow so much further. And we're really excited about that. But you know what's happened over the last few weeks is we have found a solid floor that we can build from, a solid community base that we can build with, a group that works, that is not selfish, that wants to be here for the long run. And this is the type of people and the type of community you build around. And for the team, we have been accumulating the chart as we do, and just doing it in a much slower fashion, doing it in a way that when the time comes, we can really push and not have all this negative downward pull on the chart, to go along with it. Of course, there will be sellers. Of course, there will be people that take profits, and I encourage that. I encourage anyone in our community to take profits. You deserve it. Like for real, you deserve profits. You deserve to win. You deserve the best. I ask that you do it respectfully as we move up. And I do feel like Shiro's time is here. I feel like his time to move, his time to grow. I feel like you can feel the sentiment changing in the chart. And with that, we are ready to deliver some news. So the first, I'll say the first, but really there's been a lot of hints being dropped. There's been a lot of, there's a lot of people that have caught on to the idea that, the cat basking in the sun is kind of a double meaning, right? Like there's more to it than that. And I think a lot of people know by now, but let's talk about it, because I feel like until you have it and hear it, it's hard to understand just how big this is for Shiro. So we are launching on Solana, and that is our big news delivery. What this means, it's not a brand new launch. It's not a Shiro is launching on another chain and it's separate. We are, through our Chainlink bridge, similar to Shibarium, going to be bridging over some of our supply to Solana. We are going to be pairing $50,000 worth of USD in liquidity and $50,000 in Shiro on Solana. And we're doing it with the idea of Solana becoming a major growth hub for Shiro, of bringing in new community, of bringing in new volume, of bringing in, kind of new life to this community we have that's already built, that's structured, that's there. We have a great, amazing core of people. And now we can build on that by bringing in a chain that is, I believe the last time I looked, it was 30 times the volume of the next chain over the last 6 months. 30 times. That's insane numbers, right? Like we're talking huge numbers, huge user growth, huge community growth, huge number of holders that's going to increase, ability to gain new partnerships, ability to use different DeFi applications that aren't available on Shibarium and Ethereum, right? Like there's Solana has this wealth of meme coin fanatics and DeFi capabilities that really just has become a blossoming place to build. And Shiro is going to expand there, and this is huge. This is huge in so many ways. Let's talk about it, right? I think that over the first week we'll probably double our holders, and this is an estimate, but I believe that is going to be the case. In a week on Solana, I believe that Shiro will double our holders. We will bring in some new partnerships. We already have some new partners that are excited to work with. We have some exciting things coming through Flues that we're excited to bring out. And I think that getting on applications like Moonshot, like some of the DeFi leverage aggregators, and some of the trading platforms that exist on Solana are really going to expand, just our brand and our awareness and our growth. And I say all this with the premise being that Ethereum remains our home chain. It remains where our liquidity is centered. It remains where our DeFi staking is going to be when the staking application comes back out. But we're going to have a significant amount of liquidity on Solana as well, and this growth opportunity is just going to be major for us. And it's going to be through our Shiro application, just like you can bridge back and forth to Shibarium. You will be able to bridge back and forth from Ethereum to Solana. And with that, we add even more capabilities. We're going to be adding a swap on our application. We are also, just like we did with Shibarium, which Shibarium is early, right? It's such an infant in its growth. The idea of getting on Shibarium for Shiro was to really expand the Shiro's world, but with the idea that Shibarium has very low volume right now. The growth there and the opportunities there are going to be for future, right? Shibarium is a future move. And this is a long-term game for Shiro, right? Like this idea of staying quiet, of really just building in the background. We're not in any hurry, right? Like, and I think that this is important to know, is that we are here to support our community. We're here to grow, but we're here to grow in a way that's sustainable. We're here to grow a brand. We're here to stay. And Shiro is here to stay. Like if you haven't learned that through all the trials and tribulations that Shiro has been through, that this community, that this amazing group has been through, like Shiro is here to stay. We're not going anywhere. We've been hacked. We've been stolen from. We've been lied to. We've been kicked and cheated and spat on, right? Like Shiro's not going anywhere. And we're here to build something special, to build something amazing, to build something that's inclusive, that's going to hopefully, look back on and say, in some way, in many ways, hopefully, we were better for Web3 than where we left it. And right now, I don't think we're there. Right? We have not even come close to our mission. And this team is here for the long term. This community is here for the long term. And I feel like you guys prove that to us every day, and we try to give the same in turn. And that's me right here sitting in front of you saying, like, we're here. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to show up every day. We're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to build DeFi applications. We're going to continue to build on this amazing meme that we call Shiro, this brand that we're building out that's going on to, I think, 3 different comics now. We're going to be in Vivi. We're going to have physical comic distributions. We're going to have brand merchandise. We have so many ideas that we want to build out and grow, and it's all built around this cat and this community. And it's going to happen, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it happens today or 6 months from now. We're going to continue to build it out, and we have no choice but to grow from here, right? We have almost 22% of our supply burned in 7 months. Almost 22%. We have around 33% of the supply circulating on the market. We have a whale group that is 120 something people strong. That's our fat cats that believe in what we're doing. We have a group that's continuing to accumulate supply while we're burning supply, while we're doing these things to build applications. Staking's coming. Like, we're going to lock up supply in a major way. And this price, what is happening, what's happened, is really what's allowed this, right? Like, it's going to allow us this opportunity that was probably not as possible when we're at 100 million market cap, right? It's too hard. It's too hard to accumulate supply, to really know what's happening with all your supply, to know where everything is or what's going on. But now, like, we do. We're in a position that's just amazing. And what this bridge is going to do is it's going to further break out that supply, right? We're taking $50,000 in Shiro, $50,000. We're bridging it over to Solana. That, again, thins our liquidity, thins our supply. And then you bring in extra volume, bring in extra holders, bring in new community who can become bullish on our community, who are one of the best communities in crypto already. And you build new holders. You build new fat cats. You build new believers. And this is, to me, what I equate like a major tier 1 centralized exchange listing without any of the downside, right? There is no downside here. There is no liquidity going out to these exchanges that they're going to dump on us. There's no extra crazy things happening on the charts through a centralized exchange. It's a DEX, right? Like, this is decentralized in its finest, and it's a way to get exposure in a way that even a centralized exchange can't really do. I mean, with the exception of like top 3, like this is one of the biggest moves you could make in expansion. And we're moving to basically the king of meme coin chain right now, right? Like, and who better than Shiro? Who better than Shiro to really make a dent, to make a move on this chain, and to have another chain to support our growth? And now we can market on Solana, on Ethereum, on Shibarium, and we're marketing our growth in lots of different ways, right? Like, I'm not saying one chain is better than another. I'm saying Shibarium has an opportunity for huge growth over time. I'm saying Solana right now is the meme chain. It is the place you go that there's DeFi being built. There's amazing applications. There's huge volume and huge numbers of users. Yes, many of them are rotating, but also many of them are looking for people and places to park money and have a long-term hold, to believe in something. That is where people make their most money in crypto, right? I liken it to PopCat. PopCat sat at like very, very low market caps for a long time, and people accumulated. People believed. I mean, I don't want to compare us to PopCat. I don't. There are some huge investors, but like, if I had to choose PopCat or Shiro, I mean, I know what I'm choosing, and I know what, like if I'm choosing a logo, a team, something that's building, what has PopCat built, right? Like where is their DeFi? Their DeFi is in belief in a meme. It's in amazing holders and builders that really just believe in a cat coin. Whereas we have that and we're continuing to build it, right? Like we want to be more than just a meme, but also we have an amazing meme, right? Like we have a brand, we have a cat that's likable and lovable and silly and can be all these different things that all this community work. Like, I mean, I just saw a video of Shiro riding a dragon, and we have Shiro as a hacker, and we have Shiro as a crazy lovable cat, and we have Shiro eating Cheetos, and we have Shiro doing all these crazy things with Shib, and yet he can be anything, right? And you guys have proved that that Shiro can be anything, and I believe that the Solana ecosystem is going to eat this up. I believe that they're going to fall in love with Shiro just like we did on Ethereum. Now let's talk about it, right? Like, everyone talks about exchanges. Everyone talks about listings. Everyone talks about, what's the next big listing? That's it. That's where you get exposure. And to an extent, that's very true, right? Like there's so many traders that never trade on a DEX, that don't know how to trade on a DEX, that aren't educated to do that. And really it's scary, right? Like if you've never done it before, it's scary. So you're sitting on Upbit or Bybit or Binance or Coinbase, and that's all right? Robinhood, right? Like Robinhood, that's where SHIB really got big, was when Robinhood kind of adopted it, because now it's open to all these traders that trade money every day. I bought SHIB on Robinhood, like I bought Doge on Robinhood, and then all of a sudden, like a month later, my Doge was up, like 50%, and I was like, yeah, as a stock trader. And then come to find out, if I would have held it another 6 months, it would have been like 600 grand. But that's the power of a centralized exchange, right? You bring in holders that really don't come into a Telegram, that don't come into, they just see, oh, there's a cool cat, there's a cool coin, I'm going to buy it. Well, to do that, to get the attention of a centralized exchange in a big way, you have to pay a lot of money. You have to have a huge brand. You have to have a huge community. You have to have huge volume. You have to have lots of holders, and you have to have volume that, I mean, that's how exchanges make their money, right? They make money off of volume. So right now, Ethereum, and I wish I had looked up the numbers before this, because right now I would guess Ethereum's volume on the day is about 1/10 of that of Solana. 1/10. So when we're talking, volume on chains, right? And talking volume for Shiro, and talking holder growth, and talking, it just makes sense to expand to Solana, to go to where there's you know, a lot more volume, and it will increase our ETH volume as well, right? Like the charts will drive each other through the bridge, through arbitrage, and you know, it will grow our ecosystem. This is the goal, to grow our ecosystem, to grow our brand, to continue to build out not only in DeFi but outside of DeFi. But you know, in the core, how we increase our price is to grow awareness inside DeFi, right? And this is, I think, the biggest move we could make to do that right now. And so I'm excited. I'm excited that we are bridging to Solana. We are going to launch the Shiro pair on Solana. I don't have an exact deadline as of right now, but I would confidently say that it will happen in July. So, you know, start our clock, start our countdown. But with that, we also have our staking returning very soon. You know, so we add holders on Solana, teach them how to bridge over, how to stake on Ethereum. All of a sudden, we're increasing our holders on Ethereum as well, and we're locking up more supply, and we're bringing this supply, you know, to levels of availability that, you know, are just very scarce, and that is the goal. That is the model. That is everything we're doing is centered around making Shiro scarce, making it scarce, making it hard to get. And when you have something that's not hard to get, like rarity, right? Like, man, I blew this, guys. I'm sorry. That was a terrible comparison. What I mean is when you have a scarce amount of supply available, it costs more, right? Just like a painting. If you have one painting in the world and it's wanted, it's going to be worth more. If you have, you know, 1 trillion supply of Shiro available on the market and people want it, it's going to increase price significantly. And when you have scarcity of supply, it really it basically bubbles, right? And what we're creating right now, and every day we're creating it, whether the chart moves up or down or sideways or whatever way it works or whatever way it goes. And this is why no one is panicked on the team about the price right now, is because no matter what way it's going, we are continuing to get closer and closer to this goal of scarcity of supply and this bubbling that's happening with Shiro, where all of a sudden every wall goes away, everything just, you know, like you bring in a heavy demand and it just goes, right? And this is what happened with SHIB, right? Like you had SHIB where, you know, all of a sudden you just had this amount of people that were holding, that believed, and then, you know, bias started rolling, and you start going, you know, uphill, and it starts going downhill, and all of a sudden, like, every buy is increasing price like significantly, and that is what we're trying to achieve here. That is the goal. That is the mission. That is the mindset that we're trying to achieve. And every move that we make, staking, burning, bringing in community, getting you know, getting supply into the hands of believers, having supply control that is, you know, so controlled, and really being stingy with it, right? In a way that doesn't allow a lot of supply to get out on the market. Like, these are all strategic moves that we're making on a daily basis to create this forming of, you know, this foaming, this volcano action that we want to see, that we hope to see. And this move to Solana is a huge piece for that. What else I would like to say about this, and this is probably my my biggest love of what we're doing with the Chainlink Bridge. Well, let's go back to it, right? Solana's volume again is, I believe, 10x the volume of Ethereum right now. Ethereum projects, and I believe in Ethereum fully. I believe in Ethereum long term. I believe in what it's about. I believe that it is the chain, right? I believe Ethereum is the chain. But how many projects on Ethereum are kind of stagnant, right? How many projects on Ethereum are like, dang, like looking over the fence at Solana and just going, man, like there's the stupidest meme in the world that just launched there and they have 10 million volume. And, we built out, everything and we have like no volume, right? Like how many projects do you think that are out there that are thinking along those terms? Well, we have a Chainlink Bridge. We have the ability to add projects to this bridge. What I see this as, what our team sees this as, is a revenue generator. The ability to add projects to our Chainlink Bridge, to our Shiro DApp, where we have our Shiro swap, where we have our bridge, where we're going to have other really amazing things we're going to build out. We're going to build out a lot of things into this DApp, all based around Shiro, but also around partner projects that choose to list on our bridge, list on our swap, list, this is exposure for Shiro. It's exposure for projects. It gives projects a utility that don't have a utility. Even a meme project can have utility by listing on our bridge and being bridgeable to and from Ethereum and Solana. It gives them the ability to expand. It gives their community a chance to see what Shiro is, and it brings in revenue. We are going to have a revenue generator for Shiro through this bridge that is going to buy and burn Shiro, that is going to give exposure to Shiro, that is going to give us the ability to buy back and give more, supply into staking or do whatever. But basically, what this really does is it makes Shiro even more deflationary. We've burned 22% in 6 months. We have not had a revenue generator. We have not had a way to be deflationary. We've not had these capabilities, but we're building them. And this is what I'm excited about, is that not only are we expanding chains, we're expanding in Web 3, we're expanding in Web 2 through our comic books, through our Shiro branding. We are going to create this whirlwind of all these different things. And then we're going to add revenue generation on top of it that burns supply, that makes it more scarce, that makes Shiro even more deflationary. And I'm telling you, there are going to be a lot of projects that want to bridge between Ethereum and Solana. I just thinking about it, and I mean, yes, a project can build that. You can pay someone to build that, to add it for you. It'll cost you, $5,000 to $10,000, maybe even more. But then you have to pair it, all these different things. This is adding a utility to a project. It's adding it to our bridge. It's adding exposure through our community, but also us exposure to their community, and us giving an opportunity to allow these projects to use some more of the other DeFi capabilities that we want to add into our application as well. So it really gives us the ability to partner with projects, to earn revenue, to buy back and burn Shiro, and to really expand in a way that is really exciting. So launching on Solana, bringing out staking, revenue coming in, deflating supply. Like, these are exciting times. They're exciting times. We're excited. We're excited to build it out. We're excited to share this with our community. We do have a few screenshots. We will be announcing this loud on X this week. There's going to be some more buybacks coming from the team. We have some really great things planned, and this is, I don't know, it feels like a fresh start. It really does. It feels like a fresh start for Shiro, but also built around a community that's seasoned, right? Like, this is like a breath of fresh air. It's a way to bring in new faces and community to an already amazing community. And I know you guys will do your part in helping us grow and supporting. And we count on you just like you count on us. And I'm excited about where the future leads. So that is my not breathing soapbox for the day. I did good. I did all right on time, guys. I did all right. There's a lot more to talk about. We'll save it for next week. We have a weekly show. I will see you next week. I'll see you in chat right now. I'm always around. We're always around. We're always here. We're always building. And we're here for the future. So thank you. And Hero signing out. See you.